Give me a moment to talk about the committee updates. Many of you who were here last year, and most of you were, I looked at the guest list, and about 90% of you have been here actually 3 years in a row, so I thank you for that. But you might recall that our guest speaker last year was Steve Mona, and Steve is the CEO, as you know, of the World Golf Foundation. Steve directs 3 significant golf industry business units, and they are the First Tee, Golf 2020, and the World Golf Hall of Fame. You might also recall that Steve made statements that he would lead 2 committees to continue work on diversity issues within the golf industry. And he would also assure the World Golf Hall of Fame would tell the story of black contributors. He made that statement at our podium last year. Well, I'm happy to report to you that Steve is making good on his word. And I, along with several others out in the audience here, are privileged to serve on these committees. And I'm happy to report 4 significant things that are going on with these committees. 1, the selection subcommittee for the World Golf Hall of Fame has agreed to diversify and include more females and black representation. Number 2, there's been a database of traditionally minority-led organizations compiled, and it's now prominently displayed on the website of Golf 2020 and the World Golf Foundation. You all can help us by reviewing the site and recommend the names of more organizations, because we have about 300 so far, but there are so many more. We want to get a list of all of those and have a place for them to reside. Number 3, representatives are currently communicating with major golf companies like the Golf Channel. Don't know if you noticed that Golf Channel was with us today at Rogers Park Golf Course. Quite a milestone for us with very little means to have somebody like Golf Channel out at Rogers Park, so I'm happy to report that. Also join others from, we're looking at the USGA, asking members of the PGA, Nike, and more, and they're discussing the skill sets and expectations for employment opportunities, which are so important, and how I say we, all of us, we're being included in all of this, which is great, might help identify minority candidates for careers within the industry. And number 4, which I think this is incredibly powerful, this is what Steve spoke to last year. The World Golf Hall of Fame is in the process of creating 2 exhibits to tell the story of black golfers and our contributions to the game. One will be a traveling exhibit, and it'll be present at select events across America. And the second will be permanently displayed at the World Golf Hall of Fame in St. Augustine. My friends, this is really big, and I hope you share that thought with me. And I want to say, too, it's a direct outcome of the momentum that was created from a symposium and roundtable discussions we held in March 2010 right here on the eve of the Midwinter Classic. We had those right here in Tampa. It's also a direct outcome from a speech by Black Hall of Fame inductee John Merchant, who in 2010, he challenged the golf leaders to take a page from Major League Baseball and to duly recognize black golfers in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Why? Because we've been contributing just as much, we think, for just as long. And I think that's really, really significant. So before I introduce tonight's speaker, I want to thank each of you who have been with us the last 3 years for your support. And I want to thank you for making enough commotion at the grassroots level, which we're doing, for it to start to percolate upward. They're not only listening and paying attention to us, they are willing to walk arm in arm and make golf more diverse as we can be. So give yourself a hand. I want to thank you for doing that.